Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's time for another NBA live betting stream. It's a new month, guys. New month is here. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great start to the month. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's my guy knows a guy here with more NBA picks, player props, and predictions, pre-game and in-game, guys. Drop your bets in the chat. Welcome back, everyone. Sharpest chat on earth. Hit the like button for me. I am, obviously later than normal here, so going to go a bit rapid fire. I do have picks for all three games today. Going to try to get back on track. Things were going pretty well before the last 2 days, but hey, it's all about the next play, right? Before I get started, I want to give you a quick reminder to always remember to bet. Always remember to be responsible with your sports betting. Don't bet more than you can afford to lose. We are dealing with a game of chance here. You can get wiped at any time, so just remember you're always in control of your funds, guys. And I'm sure someone somewhere needs to hear that. We don't have to bet every game every day. I just want to say thank you guys for being here. You guys make the stream what it is. Let's see who's here quickly before I get started. Gonna get some bets on the board for you guys right now. Thanks a lot for being here. I have to refresh the chat 1 second. Okay, hey, how's it going? Under Pressure. Hope you're having a great day. Pete Patrol, welcome back. Ace of Spade, Rumple Horde, Perk Gambit, Little Monster, Zobo, Thomas Talented, EWM Community, Wake and Bake DK, Zobo, Andre Brooks, E Money, Jordy Fuentes, Mitchell Brothers, Big Earn. How's it going, everyone? Bronx Shenanigans. So hey, how's it going, guys? I hope you guys are all having a great day. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button for me. It helps more people see my stream. I'm going to break down these games as as quickly as I can, and then I'm going to watch the games with you guys as well. I do want to say best of luck. Drop your bets in the chat and vote on the poll in the chat as well. I have a poll up. Who covers tonight? No, actually, not even who covers. Who wins on the money line, guys? Straight money line. If you had to pick who wins, Lakers, Rockets, I've already decided my angle in that game. A couple of angles I have, and I will get to that in just a moment. But I'm going to start with the Pistons Magic game here. And once again, I do want to say best of luck, R. Lopez, as well. How's it going? Vote on that poll for me in the chat. And also, everyone that's watching, hit the like button for me. And if you're here, you're an absolute real one because I didn't post the stream anywhere. So the people that have notifications on are here now, and that's how it's going to be today. I'd rather for it to be like this. For the injury report, Kevin Huerter is out. So he's had a pretty ineffective series in a limited capacity. Kevin Huerter, he suffered an adductor injury. He's out today for this pivotal game 6. We all know that all 3 games today are elimination games in the NBA where suspicious lives. Pistons, Magic. Kevin Huerter is out. Tobias Harris is available to play, though. He did pop up on the injury report yesterday as questionable while everyone was watching the games last night. But he is available to play with an apparent ankle issue. But Tobias Harris is going to play. You guys know he's on a pretty decent run with his player props at the moment, particularly his points line. We've seen a high amount of shots attempted by Tobias Harris relative to the baseline that he set in the regular season. Let's see what happens. Let's see if that ankle is bummy or not. Brandon Ingram is out, though, for my Toronto Raptors, guys. Now, he did suffer a heel injury. He left the game against the Cavs the other day. He didn't play in the second half, and the Cavs were able to come back from behind and win that game. And everyone knows this by now. He was downgraded to doubtful earlier today, but Brandon Ingram has pretty much been ineffective in this series. But at the end of the day, why would you not want to have one of the, I'd say one of the better scorers in the league, although he's stinking it up in this series. Very unfortunate. We all know when you hear calf or heel, it's these organizations are always going to be as cautious as they can be. So it is also worth noting that Scottie Barnes apparently took a knock to his quad, to his leg late in that game against the Cavs. but he is good to go, according to Raptors head coach Darko Rajakovic. Scottie Barnes has had an outstanding series here against the Cavs with his defensive tenacity and his distribution, his scoring as well, getting to the free throw line. But let's see if he's the same mobile Scottie Barnes. I mean, he's a young guy. He's a strong guy. Let's see if how he looks on the court. Scottie Barnes obviously is playing today against the Cavs, and many of you also know that the only series bet that I shared it in a video before the first round started. The only series bet that I had pending in this first round is it was a 2-leg parlay. Okay, the first leg was 76ers plus 3.5 games spread. That cashed. They've already won 2 games, so that cashed easily. They just had to win 1 game in the series for that leg to cash. And then the second leg of the parlay is the Cavaliers minus 1.5 games spread. So for that parlay, if anyone did tail, for that parlay to cash, the Cavs need to win today. They need to win the game. If this series goes to Game 7, that ticket will lose. So I just want to let you know that I have that. I still have that pending. I faded my Raptors in this series. I think the Cavs are going to win the series. I'll get into my thoughts in the game in just a moment because there isn't much injury news here. So, you guys already know about Brandon Ingram. And the only other piece of info here is Jonathan Isaac, but he hasn't played in the entire postseason so far for the Magic. Also, Franz Wagner is out for the Magic, so he's going to miss consecutive games. And the organization is also being very careful with this calf strain because we all know that could be a precursor to tearing your Achilles. I'm going to go ahead and start breaking down rather quickly the Magic Pistons game here. Give me a moment just to refresh my notes, and we're going to get some official bets on the board. Drop your bets, guys. Even if we disagree, we're all here to help each other, or at least enjoy the playoffs together. We're not going to agree all the time, but drop your bets in the chat. And welcome back, Keegan, as well. I see you guys. Benedict's said extremely suspicious. That's what people were saying about that Nuggets game last night. But yeah, either way, 1 second. I didn't bet on the Nuggets. I told people at the end of the stream I leaned towards the Timberwolves, but I probably should have bet it. I thought something was really strange about that line. And the Ayo Dosunmu injury was really suspicious as well. But hey, I do hope you guys cashed yesterday somehow, some way. One moment, guys. I just have some information loading here. Okay, so we watched that incredibly exciting duel, that matchup between Paolo Banchero and Cade Cunningham the other day in Game 5, and what was obviously a must-win game for the Pistons. They were down 3-1 in the series at the time. They handled their business, but it was a bit sweatier than some people may have anticipated. Paolo Banchero definitely carried the Magic in that contest. He scored 45 points. Cade Cunningham also scored 45 points. Many of his teammates were, their shots were not falling consistently. They did get a boost from Duncan Robinson. Tobias Harris has been consistent as well in this series, but once again, we did see a lackluster scoring output from the Pistons bench. But because of the decent, not decent, but as amazing performance from Cade Cunningham, they were able to get to the finish line and extend the series. Today they're on the road against the Magic. The Magic did win both of their home games earlier in this series, but obviously both of those games were with Franz Wagner. The Magic have actually covered the spread in each of their last 3 games in this series, but they did lose on the money line. Obviously, they lost by 7 points. I did tell people to look for who's going to be able to impose their will with the pace. And we did see in each of the last 2 games, the Magic trying to push the pace and winning the pace battle to a certain degree, especially those 2 games at home. The last game without Franz Wagner, they tried to do the same thing again, but Cade Cunningham was definitely ready for the challenge. So was Ausar Thompson in terms of, crashing the boards. And I think he had 14 rebounds, Ausar Thompson. A ridiculous total for a wing player. Also, Uh, uh, he was really, playing effective defense as well. He was hustling for 50-50 loose balls, playing good defense as Thompson. He didn't really score that much, but he had a pretty decent game as well. He definitely impacted that result. But I think we're going to see more of the same here today. The Magic, we have a pretty healthy sample size of games without Paolo Banchero this season. To let us know that the Magic do like to push the pace when Franz Wagner is not in the game. We did see them, get to the free throw line at a pretty rapid clip as well. It's going to be tough to stop Paolo Banchero for 4 quarters, but I do have concerns, in another, must-win scenario on the Pistons side of things. I do have concerns, with the depth of the Orlando Magic in this particular game. I do know that the depth of the Pistons are the deeper team, but and they do lack a bit of offensive efficiency, shot making ability towards the end of their rotation, but they still have more, serviceable players. They can go deeper into their bench if needed. This is a Pistons team that showed an ability to also get to the free throw line over their last couple of games. I do think that it's going to be difficult for the Magic today, guys. This is Cade, with the way he's rolling right now with his scoring output. Something tells me that the Pistons are going to force a Game 7. Now, I still think that the Magic might still have a shot. Maybe Franz Wagner returns for a possible Game 7. But in today's game, I really do like what I saw from the Pistons in terms of their defensive intensity in front of the rim. Now, the one concern for me on the Pistons side of things was their lack of perimeter defense in the second half. There was one point in that game where the Pistons went up by 17 points. We were watching that game in its entirety. I had the Pistons spread, and then we just saw a flurry of 3-pointers made by the Magic, and it was a bit sloppy. We're not really accustomed to seeing that sort of laziness defending the perimeter. In today's game, hearing Coach JB Bickerstaff, the head coach of the Pistons, talk about how, this was a point of emphasis, even though they won the game. This is going to be a point of emphasis. This is what they prepared for, was to be more effective in their closeouts on the perimeter. I have a feeling that the Pistons are going to shut the Magic down today, and we could possibly see a surprising result here. And I think they're gonna force a Game 7. They already have a stout interior defense, with Isaiah Stewart, and Jalen Duren had his best game of the series defensively in the last game. I feel like that was the game where he finally showed up defensively. Maybe he has his confidence back, and Isaiah Stewart is a major problem for the second unit of the Magic in this series. Something tells me that the Pistons are going to shut the Magic down today, and points are going to be at a premium on the Magic side of things. Yes, Banchero might still continue to roll on an individual basis, but I don't see the Magic shooting well from 3 for that long of a stretch again in this game, at least not enough to keep this within the number. I've got the Pistons covering the spread here. Maybe it won't be easy, but if it does look easy, I also wouldn't be surprised. I think that we could see one of the better performances from the Pistons in this particular game. And this is coming from someone that did, bet on the Magic a couple of times earlier in the series. I mean, when they were at home last time. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. We've seen, just in those 2 games. I mean, we cashed pretty big together in Game 3. I think I picked the Magic. And Desmond, Bane, you guys remember that day. So you guys have seen what this crowd has been, yearning for, has been waiting for in Orlando. It's going to be a difficult environment, but I do feel like this Pistons team is going to force a Game 7 tonight, and they're going to cover the spread tonight as well. I'm not sure what side I'll be on if we get to a Game 7. I need to see what happens with Franz Wagner and his injury. With the way that he was rolling, with the way, you guys also have to realize that it wasn't just Jalen Suggs guarding Cade Cunningham as well. Franz Wagner was guarding Cade Cunningham for a good chunk of both Game 3 and 4 before he went down with that injury. And he's an underrated defender with his size and his mobility, his athleticism. He can guard guards like Cade Cunningham. Now, obviously, it's difficult to shut Cade Cunningham down. He's had a ton of decent series games in this series. But I do feel like in this game, you're going to see a focused Pistons team from beginning to end here. And yeah, I know it's not going to be a popular pick. I know there are some people I know that bet the Magic today. I definitely understand it. But I'm on the other side here. I'm just here to share my bets. And if you disagree, you can always bet the Orlando Magic. I think the Pistons are going to cover, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I think they're going to win I think they're going to win the battle of the turnover battle. I also think that they're going to minimize what the Magic did from the 3-point line in the second half of the last game when they almost came back from that 17-point deficit. Banchero. I'll go through some player props and stuff now, but I'm on the Pistons, guys, -3.5 to win one full unit. I already bet that just before I started the stream, so I'm going to get that bet up on the screen now, and then I'll talk about some potential player prop options here before I talk about the Raptors Cavs game. I'll talk about that in just a moment, but I do want to ask you guys to hit the like button. I'm going to check how many likes we have in a second. I'm asking the people who have genuinely been rocking with me all season long, to not just watch the stream, but also hit the like button, and feel free to participate in the chat as well. I'll check the chat again in a second and give you guys all a shout out. But hit the like button for me. Let's get the stream up over 100 likes. Let's get as close as we can to 150 likes as more people start to come in here. And yeah, you guys probably figured out by now that I didn't post a link to the stream anywhere. Just went live. I went live, guys. So the people that are here, thank you guys for being here. Now, in terms of the total in this game, first let me get the bet on the screen because I'm on the Pistons. And I have bets for all 3 games, so stick around. Can you guys see it? Okay, you can, yeah. Okay, you guys can see that, right? Yeah, let me know if anything like weird happens with the format of the screen and stuff. Let's get back to what I was talking about. Okay, I was going to talk about the total now. It's funny, man. I have a friend out there working the Raptors game tonight. But either way, let's move on. The total for today's game. Now, I'll be honest, I do lean towards the under. It's largely predicated on my belief that the Pistons' perimeter defense is going to bounce back in this particular game. If they do play well defensively on the perimeter, make it, difficult, stifle the Magic and their 3-point attack, which started to really roll and put a scare into the Pistons. For a second, it looked like the Magic had a chance to actually end the series in the second half. They were down by 17. We started to see Desmond, Bane, Anthony Black, Jalen, Suggs, Paolo, Banchero knock down a few threes. It got sweaty for a second for the Pistons, but they were able to hold on. They did just enough, and I think today they're going to be a bit more focused earlier in the game defensively, and I do lean towards the under, but I'm more, I'm more interested in betting the total live. Maybe we can get a better number on the under in game because remember, there is a conflicting dynamic there. The Magic do play at a slightly faster pace, and this is what the data indicates, I should say. The Magic do play at a slightly faster pace when Franz Wagner is off of the floor. And this is dating back to the beginning of the season. So we let's see. I do feel like the on-ball pressure is going to be a bit too much for the Magic to handle in this game, and I think they're going to put up a stinker in front of their own home fans tonight. And I know that home underdogs have been doing pretty well in the playoffs, guys. But if you blindly bet on those sort of trends with such a small sample size, the playoffs literally just started. It's the first round. I'm not saying that that's the reason I'm going to win today, but I'm not concerned about how well home underdogs did before this game. I'm focused on game 6 between the Pistons and the Magic. You can't really get caught up in that. I'll give you a prime example. Yesterday, the entire world was sharing a piece of information about how favorites in the NBA in game 6 on the road were like 15-0 or something. Like since 2016 or something. What was this? It was weird. Basically, like the favorites are absolute money on the road in game 6 if they're favored on the road in the first round. And everyone saw that piece of information. They were screenshotting it. da da da, and everyone just blindly bet the Nuggets, the Celtics, and you guys saw what happened, right? Because people bet on a trend that had a 15-game sample size, which is not enough to for me to blindly bet. I can use that maybe as a guide or as an indicator, but I can't bet blindly just because home underdogs have done well for a couple of days. So that's how I look at it. It's easy to get caught up in recency bias. If the Magic win and they cover today, and I'm no fool. This is only a 3.5 point line. The Magic, it's close to a coin flip. The Magic have a chance to win this game outright and end the series. I said earlier in the series this might be a bad matchup for the Pistons, but I just feel like that this is a great spot for them, and also the Magic. I feel like they're going to regress a bit and get back to the Magic that we saw that was thinking it up from the 3-point line a bit earlier in the series. So that's where I am. I lean towards the under, but I think we could get a quicker start and maybe we can get a better number in game towards the under. I'll live bet it with you guys, but I've got the Pistons 1 unit to cover and force a game 7. I might even bet Orlando in game 7. You never know. But for this game today, May 1st, give me the Pistons minus 3.5 smash on the road. And we'll have a couple of game 7s this weekend. This will be one of them. I truly believe that. The game does start in 22 minutes. But yeah, let's see how it goes though. Best of luck no matter what side you're on. I'm going to refresh my player prop dashboard, and I have some notes here to the side. Let me just see what numbers have changed. Now that we know definitively that Tobias Harris is playing, maybe some numbers have changed just slightly. So just give me about 15 seconds to just refresh a couple of tabs here. And let me know. Also, let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Okay, I had to log back into something there. Okay, Pistons Magic player props. Let me know if you guys have any questions about your bets too. I'm pretty sure you've already made up your mind about the spread. You've heard what I've had to say about the spread. I'm only one person, just like you. We all have our opinions. But with player props, that's a chance for maybe us to be aligned, or even if we're not. Let me know if you have any questions about player props, and I'll refer to my notes in the chat and about this first game. And then I will get to the Cavs Raptors game. Hit the like button for me as well, everyone, and subscribe to my channel. I truly appreciate you guys. Okay, I'm ready. Sorry about that. With 20 minutes until tip-off, the game's about to start at 7:10 p.m. Eastern, or at least it should. Players that I have for positive points prop projections in this game, one of them is Ausar Thompson. It's a bit difficult for me to bet too many overs in this game because of my lean towards the under, but if I had to, I do have a positive points prop projection for Ausar Thompson of the Pistons. With the minutes are there as well. I do believe he got a bit unlucky in the last game. Obviously many people are going to be focused on his rebounds and assist lines with what they've seen in the most recent game. Recency bias is definitely a major, problem for public bettors, but I do feel as though, when you look at the minutes and, the shot attempts as well, I do feel as though 8.5 might be a bit too low of a line for Ausar Thompson. In fact, in game 5 against the Magic, when the Pistons won by 7, Ausar Thompson, he scored 6 points, but he only went to the free throw line once in the game. He was 0 for 2 from the free throw line. He missed both free throws, and that's a bit uncharacteristic for him. He does generally attempt just over 4 free throws a game, and I do feel as though if he gets back to his average in terms of free throw attempts, then that could give him a good chance to go for 10 plus in this game, or at least 8 over 8.5. I do have him projected at just over 10, which was actually crazy. When I looked at it, I was like, what? But the Thompson twins are, they can be unpredictable at times, but I do think Ausar Thompson might be worth taking a look at. Another Pistons player that might be worth taking a look at here is Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart at over 5.5 points off of that Pistons bench, guys. I do feel, even though we did see sort of a revitalized Jalen Duren for about 3 quarters. He had a slow start to the game in Game 5, and then he started to look a bit more like Jalen Duren for the rest of the remaining 3 quarters. I do feel as though when you look at the balance in the minutes here between both of these players in that front court, Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart, there is value, in my opinion, on betting Isaiah Stewart on his points line in this particular game at 5.5. I do feel like it's too low. Remember, this is a player that averaged 9.7 points a game in the regular season. In this series, we've seen him, go over only in 2 of the 5 games so far. But I truly believe that he's going to play at least 20 minutes in this particular game. He's probably going to get to the free throw line a bit as well. And with the way Cade's playing, with the way the transition offense looked in the previous game, I wouldn't be surprised if he maybe even clears it even further. Isaiah Stewart could be a sneaky 10 plus points candidate here at like super plus money, actually. And I just want to see what the line is for 10 plus. Also, drop your bets in the chat, everyone. Whoa, it's plus 400. That's a crazy line. It might be worth a sprinkle. I don't know. Plus 400 for Stewart, 10 plus. That's a crazy line there. I mean, he only played just under, 16 minutes in the previous game. Okay, let's go through some other player prop projections here. On the Magic side of things, I do think we could see a better game from Desmond Bane. He has a pretty clear track record of outperforming expectations in front of this Magic home crowd. As I said, the Magic do play a bit faster without Franz Wagner as well. And they also play a bit faster at home. That could bode well for Desmond Bane and that 19.5 point line. I did not bet it. I'm actually, hoping to maybe bet Desmond Bane in a potential Game 7. I have a bit of an angle there based on what takes place today if this series gets to a Game 7. But I do have the projection. I have him at just over 20 when I crunched the numbers earlier. Also, I have a positive projection on Jalen Duren over 9.5 rebounds, chat. So those are my props projections in this game. I am going to possibly live bet all of them, or a couple of them in the game. Even if we get a better line, let's say a couple of those players that I just named get off to a slower start, maybe I'll live bet them as well. Yeah, so let me see if you guys have any questions in the chat, and then I'll get to the Cavs Raptors game. For now, it's pre-game. For now, it's just the Pistons minus 3.5 to win 1 unit. Let's see what questions you guys have. Hey, how's it going, Adam Fears? He says he likes Dennis Jenkins over 5.5 points. Salute to you as well. And best of luck. Van Grow Jones says Asar is having a playoff coming out party. I'd like to see Detroit advance to see him in the second round. EWM Community said, I have a feeling about Duren tonight. 13.5 is crazy low. Probably won't bet it. Jared Weiss, how's it going, brother? He said, live in Miami. Okay, you took a trip. He said, just left the track. It's all max. Let's go. Hopefully, it sounds like you're having a fun time out there. Stay safe, brother, and welcome. Thanks for dropping by. The Professional said, just got done eating a 10-piece Denver chicken McNuggets meal, no fries, all sauce. Sounds like someone bet the Timberwolves last night. Van Gro Jones said the Magic can stink it up from 3-point line after Bane clears his threes today. Mir Escobar, welcome back. He said, I'm late. Who do we have on the money line tonight? Well, I have the Pistons on the spread. I'm going to get to the other games as well. You guys should be able to see all the info on the screen, right? Yeah. So, and I'm about to get to the Cavs Raptors game with some picks for that game now. So, R. Lopez says, are the Magic going to be like the Hawks yesterday? People Troll is responding to him saying the Magic might be more like the Timberwolves. Okay. Sounds like you like the Magic, People Troll. Let's see what happens. It's level. So they said missing Franz is huge, especially on defense. I definitely agree there. Andre Rogers says, my Lakers are losing. They brought in the extender, shaking my head. Yeah, Scott Foster is reffing the game tonight. But who do you guys think wins the game? Vote on the poll. Fago in the chat said, if we like the Pistons tonight, is it worth betting the series Pistons win? I'm not going to go that far. I like the Pistons tonight. Sometimes I do like to play that sort of angle in a game 6 where bet the series winner instead, but not tonight. Not tonight, because I'm actually undecided for a possible game 7 here. Also, guys, we have 144 people watching live. 142 people watching live, I should say. Let's get over 100 likes, guys. Hit the like button. Everyone that's watching, let's get over 100 likes, and I will continue with bets for the Cavs Raptors game. How's it going, Redbeard? Hope you're having a great day. Son Goku as well. Welcome back. He likes the Magic, the Raptors, and the Lakers all money line tonight. Who else is here? Black Sheep said, my guy knows a guy. If the Lakers don't win tonight, they're dead to me after that last showing on their own court. Okay. I'll get to my thoughts there. I have picks for all 3 games. Hope you guys enjoy these games tonight. The games have been pretty good, except for that Hawks game yesterday. That was an absolute embarrassment. David Lewis said, how's it going? He said, today I have Cade Cunningham for 20 plus points. Okay, sounds like a parlay piece. Rishi in the chat, he likes the Magic on the money line. Welcome back. It's level. So this, hey, Jay Darby, how's it going, brother? Hope you're having a great day. Welcome back. Jay Wall as well. He said, let's walk to the bank. Happy Friday, chat. Let's do it. And I mean, how do you guys feel about this? Pistons, Magic? I mean, I see a lot of support for the Magic in the chat. But I mean, how do you guys think the game is going to unfold? What side are you on? We don't always have to agree. We're just here to share our bets so we don't get fined, right? Shade TV said, let's get paid tonight. Keegan said, Pistons minus 3.5. And Cavs minus 4.5 and Lakers Rockets over 204.5. Did it dip to 204.5 or did you buy a point? Mir Escobar says the Hawks coach should be fired. I don't care if they had a good regular season. I lost my ticket in the first quarter of that game. That was wild yesterday. Kenneth, hey, welcome back, Kenneth. Yeah, I'm about to get to that game now. Okay, let me get to the Cavs Raptors game. Okay, guys, hit the like button for me. Let's get to 100 likes. Digital Print House, welcome back. Thomas Chow, Little Monster. How's it going, guys? Thomas Chow likes RJ Barrett over 3.5 first quarter points. Yeah, I'm not sure where the money is, particularly in this game. Pistons, Magic, P Patrol. Yeah, let's see if we can at least enjoy it. Let's enjoy it while we can. NBA on Prime. That's down there. Here it's the game is on cable, but you guys watch the game on Prime or what? You guys watch the game on Prime? Okay, let's move on to the Raptors Cavs game, guys. Raptors Cavs. So unfortunately, Brandon Ingram with the injury, it's possible that Scottie Barnes is hobbled as well, although I'm not so sure about Scottie. Actually, he wasn't questionable for this game. So I think that could be a bit of gamesmanship from the Raptors coaching staff, in fact. But either way, when you look at this game and you look at the way that the Cavs, in my opinion, the Cavs have underperformed. I believe they're the deeper team. You guys know I live in Toronto. I'm right here in Canada. This game is playing not too far from where I'm sitting right now. I am a big Raptors fan, but I think the Raptors season is going to come to an end tonight. This is going to be the game, in my opinion, where we see the full package from the Cavs on the road, as opposed to what we saw in diabolical fashion in games 3 and 4 in Toronto. Yes, there are a couple of players that have been punching above their weight relative to what their stature is in the league, but we all know that the Raptors have some decent defenders. The Raptors had one of the better defenses in the league in the regular season. Their problem was offensive efficiency in clutch time and in the fourth quarter and against teams in the top 10 of their net rating. I just feel like not having Brandon Ingram, who and Emmanuel quickly at the same time, is going to be a bit too much to overcome in terms of having decent shot making in their roster. Now, I do know that Brandon Ingram, we all know he's been stinking it up, hasn't been playing well in this series, but you never know when Scottie Barnes and RJ Barrett might regress. What if one of those two puts up a stinker and then there's a ton of pressure on the Raptors to generate points in this particular game? We also have to admit that Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley have played far below their capabilities defensively in this series. I do feel like they still have enough left in the tank to put together a defensive masterclass for a game. Can you guys show up defensively for a game? Now, they did show up in game 4 when they played so well defensively, but their offense was in trouble. Colin Murray-Boyles, Jacoby Walter, Jamal Shed, Scottie Barnes. I mean, it was difficult to overcome those 4 players, particularly defensively. But we still don't know how mobile Scottie Barnes is going to be in this game. I do have concerns for my Raptors in terms of being able to generate high quality shooting opportunities in this particular game. There's going to be a ton of pressure on this Cavs team to end the series, as opposed to going to a game 7 where it could really be a coin flip. Just looking at a couple of other stats here in this particular game before I give you guys my pick that I have in this one. It might not be exactly what you think either, so just hold on. So yeah, you look at the turnovers from this Cavs team in this series over the last 3 games. I mean, the Raptors have been winning the turnover battle, by a pretty significant margin. I do think that's going to be a point of emphasis from this Cavs team that has a ton of vets, to protect the basketball, to take care of the basketball as well. But the concerns for me. Okay, guys, just before I continue, can you guys hear me? And can you guys see that I think this is going to be the game where the Cavs have a much better performance on the offensive rebounds, and in terms of being able to generate second chance scoring opportunities, consistent second chance scoring opportunities. I feel like, when you see how poorly Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen have played as a duo in this series, I do expect to see some positive regression from this Cavs front court. I think they could be the X factor in this game, along with another player that I'm going to talk about in this one. And then also, if you're just joining the stream, my prediction for the series to end is also aligned with my pre-series projection. I mean, I said before the series, Cavs in 6. And And I think the series ends tonight. This one's not going to a game 7. I think the Pistons game is going to a game 7, but not this one. Okay, guys, hit the like button for me. I'm having connection issues, so unfortunately, I'm not even going to put up with this today. I'm going to go ahead and get my bets up on the screen for you guys, and then, I'm just going to interact with you for a bit here. I'll get my bets for all 3 games here up on the screen, and then I will end the stream. I'm not even going to put up with this today. Sometimes you just get frustrated from technology, but I am going to be streaming tomorrow for the entire Game 7 Sixers Celtics. I will be streaming for the entire game. So, tomorrow. So just before I get the rest of my bets up on the screen, because the connection resetting multiple times definitely hurt the algorithm and stuff like that, guys. Let's get the stream up to like 120 likes. Smash the like button for me. Smash the like button for me, guys. The Pistons game is tipping off, by the way. Yeah, you guys can hear me, right? Just give me a quick yes or no, and then I'm going to get some picks on the screen, and I'll probably end the stream because I'm actually very frustrated with this device I have. Okay, yeah. Okay, you guys can see me? Okay, yeah, thanks a lot. Okay, so it says we have 110 people watching, like maybe like 50 people just left. Let's get the stream up over 100 likes, guys, and I'll drop those bets on the screen. I'll check in like 2 minutes. You guys would be helping out the channel as well. So everyone that's watching, hit the like button. And I will stream tomorrow during the Game 7 Sixers Celtics Game 7, guys. Let me know if you guys want more bets here. Everyone that's watching, smash the like button, and I'll drop them now. Let's get 24 more likes. I'll stay for about 5 minutes. Hey, how's it going? Sick from the Vol, Zach Zate, Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp, that name's funny. Big Earn, Shade TV, Redbeard, Little Monster, B Chan, The Professional. Yeah, I did send my MLB bet of the day to my newsletter readers too. So, and my NHL playoff bets tonight. So, I think those bets are going to sweep tonight. Let's see. For the people reading my newsletter, Frenzy Forecast. And the Pistons game is on now, so I'm going to log off and actually enjoy it. You guys can catch me for the rest of the evening on my Twitter account. Let's get 100 likes, or I'll probably just go to my Twitter account and post the bets there. So I'm asking everyone that's watching to hit the like button. People left the stream because the connection stopped working for like 2 minutes. Professional. But I know it's working now because I just manually reset it. You guys tap in with me tomorrow, though. We're going to watch the entire Game 7 tomorrow between the Sixers and the Celtics. So, yeah, I wish you the best of luck. Let me see something. Player prop projections in the Raptors game. I do think we could see a better game for Max Strus. I do think, James Harden, 6.5 assists might be worth a look in this one. Donovan Mitchell's assists also might be worth a look here. They have to combat the tremendous amount of on-ball pressure that they've encountered from the Raptors in this series. Even in the games the Raptors have lost, they've applied a suffocating amount of on-ball pressure defensively. And this is you guys. This is the moment we're gonna see tonight. This is the moment, in my opinion. You can't let this go to a game 7. If this series goes to a game 7 without Emmanuel Quickly, without Brandon Ingram, and the Raptors win tonight, then that invalidates the Darius Garland, James Harden trade. I truly feel like that. Who do you guys think covers the spread? Raptors or Cavs? Abe said Harden has been the Cavs' best player so far this postseason. EWM said Cavs. Keegan said Cavs for sure. Little Monsters on the Raptors with the points. David Lewis said the Pistons game started. EWM community said Bane already hit a 3. Oh, I appreciate you, Andre Rogers. The professional said I have the Raptors winning combined with the over 213. Zach Zate said Cavs as well. Okay, so we have some action on both sides here. Redbeard likes the points with the Raptors, and Jay Darby likes the Cavs. Let's get to 100 likes, guys. I have more bets to share with you. Everyone that's watching, hit the like button. Some people did not. Big Earn said, what's funny is I'm from Cleveland and I'm worried and you think your team will lose. Can't wait for this game. Well, I did hear like some Cleveland analysts and pundits and even some fans on the timeline talk about, how they're worried for the Cavs. I'm not worried for the Cavs. I think the series is going to end tonight. I'm not sure about the spread though. Nicholas, how's it going? He said, how do you find EV live betting? That's a very nuanced, that's a very not a vague question, but it depends, like what sport, what market, Big Earn said, yeah, they think you guys have got this at your house. I doubt that. They're going to have to prove it to me. At least I hope not for the series bet that I placed. Cavs in 6. Cavs in 6, guys. And the Magic Pistons game is on, so the Magic are up 11-3. You have Tobias Harris over points? Over what, 16 and a half? Best of luck, little monster. Best of luck to all. We have a timeout from the Magic here. Timeout Magic. Magic up 11. 10. Up by 1. 7 minutes to go. Tobias Harris has 5 points already, Little Monster. He just hit a 3. I'm sure you're watching the game, though. You said that. You're the one that said NBA on Prime. Desmond Bane has 3 points. Wendell Carter has 4 points. Jamal Cain has 3 points. Banchero only has 1. That's who everyone bet on, too. Tobias has 5. Asar Thompson has 2. Jalen Duren has 2 points, 2 rebounds. I do think 10-plus rebounds might be worth a look today for Duren. And Cade only has 1.2. So if Cade and Banchero don't go over their points lines, the public's going to get absolutely slaughtered with the way they promoted the 45-point duel the other day. I mean, let's see what happens, chat. I do have one bet on the screen, and I do also have a bet to share. It's a 1-unit bet in the Cavs-Raptors game, but I'm waiting to see if the stream gets to 100 likes, guys. So we are 14 likes away, so we're very close. Let's see if we can do that before the game tips off, and I'll get the bet on the screen. For now, I'm going to enjoy the first quarter, enjoy some hoops. Andre Rogers says Bane 19.5. I did lean towards Bane. I do think he might go 20 plus, but I decided not to because I'm kind of hoping the Pistons win this game and maybe Bane doesn't, so I can maybe even target him in Game 7. I don't know. In that particular environment. Yeah, EWM, I hate that too. We shouldn't have to deal with that, the overlapping schedule in round 2. We shouldn't have to deal with that. No problem, Quentin. Reptilian, welcome back. Waiting for this timeout to return. Okay, we're back from the timeout. Cade is getting an early rest here. Dennis Jenkins subs in. Anthony Black is subbing in as well. 1 point lead for the Magic. Let's see what happens here early. Remember, I did bet the Pistons today, so I think we're going to get a Game 7, but let's see. I didn't say it was going to be easy. And the Pistons take the lead. It's Jalen Duren with 4 points. Duncan Robinson with the assist, and Duren dunks the ball. Let's see if he finally gets back to what we saw from him during his all-star regular season campaign. I do think the Magic are in trouble, though, but we'll wait to see what happens in this one. Back-to-back buckets for Jalen Duren. Good defense as well on the perimeter, like I said, might happen tonight. Banchero's 0 for 3 so far. The Pistons 12-4 run here, powered by defense. Jalen Duren 6 points early. Are we at 100 likes yet? Because I would love to share this bet that I have for the Cavs-Raptors game. Well, it looks like we're 12 likes away, guys, so. Free throws on the way for Banchero. Also, if you're new here, subscribe. Thanks a lot, Jose Lopez. Best of luck, little monster. You know, Duren looks sharp here, but let's see what happens. Banchero, let's see if he starts to roll. We know the Magic attempt more free throws per game than any team in the league. Four-point lead for the Pistons. Is that their biggest lead of the game? I do like what I'm seeing. Banchero missed a free throw. That was the first foul of the game on Tobias Harris. But he's done it. Tobias Harris has done a pretty good job in this series of staying out of foul trouble for the most part. Desmond Bane has 5 points now. A little shot in front of the basket, assisted by Jalen Suggs. I appreciate you, Taylor. And now Tobias Harris is going to the free throw line. Let's go, Pistons. Let's go. Thanks to the new people that just subscribed to my channel too, whoever you are. Subscribe, guys. He missed the first free throw, but he is attempting 3 free throws. Wendell Carter Jr. with a lazy defensive sequence there. Harris made the second. Taking forever. Let me get that bet on the screen for you guys as well. Just want to say thank you guys for hitting the like button. The game does start in 15 minutes, so we have time. But here's my bet that I placed for the Cavs Raptors game tonight. Now the odds might be a bit different here because I did place the bet over an hour ago, but it won't be too much different. It's a plus money 2-leg parlay. I'm risking 1 full unit on it as well. And I'm going to get that on the screen for you guys. Oh, wait, you can't see it. Hold on. Yeah, now you can. Okay, so I have the Cavaliers money line parlayed with Donovan Mitchell 25 plus points, plus 126 on FanDuel. I risking 1 full unit. I think my Toronto Raptors are going home tonight, and Donovan Mitchell is going to have his best game of the series tonight. So that's what I bet. I wasn't exactly sold on the 4.5 point line for the Cavs, so I rolled with them on the money line, and I paired it with Mitchell 25 plus, and that is my strongest look in that game. So, and I love the bet. So, I risking 1 full unit. I think we're about to win both of these bets that are on the screen. I have a bet as well for the Lakers game. I'll wait just a few moments. Tobias missed two of the 3 free throws, and the Magic are in the lead after a couple of back-to-back shots from Javon Carter and Anthony Black. So missed free throws coming into the equation here. Tobias Harris. And the Magic have the lead, so we all know it's a game of runs, but let's see if the Pistons can strike back here, and they do. It's a three from Duncan Robinson, assisted by Asar Thompson, and the Pistons retake the lead, but they're only up by 2. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Timeout Pistons chat. How do we feel? Who's watching it? How do we feel? How do we feel? Yeah, that was a nice shot, little monster from Duncan Robinson. Redbeard, he placed a 3-leg live bet. Tobias Harris 15 plus points, Duren 15 plus, and Bane 15 plus for 20 plus for plus 300. Best of luck. Oh, it was 17.5 for Tobias, not 16. Okay, I think you're going to cash. J Wall bet Tobias Harris over 19. I hope you cash as well, fam. EWM, you did say that. You had a feeling about Duren tonight, but you didn't bet it. And the professional said, I think Detroit got rid of their ghosts in the last game. The Magic will go on runs, but the Pistons have their swagger back. Okay. Thanks a lot, Jose Lopez and Taylor. Welcome back, Taylor. Timeout Pistons up by 2. Another elimination game. They're down 3-1 in this series. Let's see what happens. So if you're just joining or you missed the second bet, my first bet was Pistons minus 3.5 to win 1 unit. My second bet is Cavaliers money line and Donovan Mitchell 25 plus points parlayed together for plus 126, risking 1 full unit. 2 separate bets there. Yeah, I said they were down 3-1, sick from the Vol. They were down 3-1. That's what I said. And now they're down 3-2. That's why I said it's another must-win game, implying that the last game was a must-win game, and now this one's a must-win game. No, it's okay. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but... Yep, hey, no problem. EWM said I'm waiting for a Pistons money line to jump in. So you're waiting for the Magic to take the lead again? Is that what you're saying? Sick from the Vol? Yeah, I think that cashes. I think Cavs and Pistons money line cashes today. I do. The way I see it, I think that they're with the underdogs, with the Sixers and the Timberwolves cashing last night. I think that there are too many people thinking of those 2 games, and they're overthinking a couple of spots today. That's my opinion. With these first 2 games, that's my opinion because of what the Timberwolves and the Sixers did last night. A bit of recency bias from the public, and I feel as though that has nothing to do with this game. If the Magic win this game and cover this game, and I'm wrong, it's not because the Timberwolves won last night. You can't bet that blindly. And I'm admitting that the Magic might win. I could be wrong, but it's not going to be because the 2 underdogs at home won in the late games yesterday. Hope you guys understand that. You're rolling with CMB. We're back to the game, chat. Let's go sick from the Vol. Little monster. Which bets, little monster? Russ is saying Donovan Mitchell under 4.5 rebounds. I did see a lot of people bet his over. He's on a bit of a streak with his rebounds going over. I'm not sure about that one, though. Russ. Tie game. Tristan Da Silva, first basket for him. Mid-range jumper. And it's 2020 in Orlando. They have a good crowd tonight. Again. Uh-oh, Pistons up by 3 after a Cade 3. Pistons up by 3 after a Cade 3. And Tristan da Silva, back-to-back buckets for him. And he hits a 3. It's tied, guys. The first 3 from the Magic. The first 3 from the Magic since the beginning of the quarter. But it's still a tie game. Whoa, things are opening up just a bit here. Cade assists Dennis Jenkins with a 3, and the Pistons go back up by 3. I'm saying 3 so many times because that's what's happening. Let's see what the Magic do with it. Hit the like button for me as well. I'm going to drop maybe 1 or 2 bets for the Lakers game too, so. Goga Batadze. Yeah, offensively, he's not good, but he's a pretty good defender. He has 2 blocks already. And that's pretty much the only reason he's in the NBA as well. Goga Batadze is actually a good defender. I'm not a fan of Goga Batadze, but it's crazy. He just scored right when you said something. The monster. That's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, no, he's a good defender, though. He's a good backup big for defense, but obviously he leaves a lot to be desired in his offensive game. It's a bit limited. The Pistons win the first quarter, 26-25. The Magic are going down tonight, chat. They're going down tonight. The Pistons are going to cover. You need 1 more point for Jenkins? Yeah, that's a low line. Let's go. You guys know how much money the books made last night off the Denver Nuggets losing? Do you guys know? fortune. A fortune, chat. Raptors game's about to tip off. Second quarter starting. And the Magic strike first is Paolo Banchero. Jalen Suggs, man. More opportunities to distribute the basketball without Franz Wagner. 4 assists already. And this is the second consecutive game where he's probably going to lead the game in assists. I mean, to go over his 4.5 assist line. Paul Reed hits a 3. We have a Paul Reed sighting, chat. Paul Reed with the corner 3. Uh-oh. Man, they need to let Paul Reed, unleash Paul Reed. Making Paul Reed sit at the end of the bench wearing a tracksuit. Did they take it away? It's crazy. They still need to unleash Paul Reed. Let me unmute the game. Raptors game's tipping off. Let's go. Let's see what happens. Best of luck to all. First basket, Jarrett Allen. First basket is Jarrett Allen, chat. Five-point lead for the Magic. Good start to the second quarter for them. Trying to fit the things so you can see both scores. What game do you guys want on the right side? The Pistons game or the Cavs game? This time, Paul Reed actually scored, guys. Thanks. And Goga Batadze went over his pregame points line. I believe it was 3.5 points, no joke. And he has 6 points now. It's a 5-point lead for the Magic. 1 point lead for the Cavs. James Harden on the board with the got his own rebound. Putback layup for James Harden. We have a technical foul on Harden now. Uh-oh. Yeah, maybe you did. Little monster, I can see your message. Maybe you did. Goga Batadze. The moment you said something, he went over his points line for like the first time ever. No, not ever, but you guys know. Sick from the Vol. I don't talk about that publicly. I don't talk about that publicly, but I'll tell you like privately. Everyone's different with what they're, what they're able to bet, how much they're able to bet. 7-point lead for the Magic. It's all Magic in the second quarter, and 1 for Anthony Black. And Jalen Suggs went over his assist line. He has 5 assists, no turnovers, 15-5 run. And the Pistons are struggling. If I was Coach Bickerstaff, I would have maybe called the timeout. Maybe. Because this is an impressive stretch here for the Magic. It's a 16-5 run, and they don't have enough shot making on the court, in my opinion. Paolo Banchero is sort of stinking it up from the field. It's the other players on the court for the Magic that are more than offsetting that with their offensive contribution. So this is a good stretch for the Magic. It's a game of runs, and right now the Pistons need to do whatever they can to keep this game competitive, or they're going to go home tonight. I still think the Pistons will win and cover, but let's see what happens. Not going to overreact to one run. The Magic need to do more. Pistons need to do more. RJ Barrett scored as well, so it's a 1-point lead for the Raptors. The Cavs retake the lead. We got the first bucket from Donovan Mitchell. It's a 3. Spida on the board, 3 points. Cavs up by 2. Now the Magic are up by 10. If the Pistons don't call a timeout here, then JB Bickerstaff is going to get fired. I'm just being honest. He's going to get fired. And Max Strus hits a 3. Cavs up by 5. That's a good sight for the Cavs after a bit of a struggle for Max Strus in game 5. even though it was a very high-scoring game. People saw Max Strus starting in the game when they benched Dean Wade, and they rushed to bet Max Strus pregame, and he went under his points line. RJ Barrett with a 3, good response from the Raptors. Cavs up by 2. Let's see what the Pistons do after the timeout, because right now, I mean, I know I bet the Pistons, but and now we have free throws from Jarrett Allen. Is this the best start to a game from him? Just to see him score at all in the first quarter. Is this the best start in this series for Jarrett Allen if he hits these free throws? Mr. Storage Room himself. It used to be Banchero, now it's Jarrett Allen. Oh, he missed the free throw. Never mind. Hey, how's it going, Deshaun Mitchell? Yeah, professional. Yeah, maybe they need to just give the ball to Cade and move out of the way. But that was a good defensive stretch, really, for the Magic. They got easy looks at the rim, but it was more so impressive on the defensive side. I mean, the second quarter has been on for, 4.5 minutes? And the Pistons, they've only scored once. So, I mean, that's unacceptable. I did say I lean towards the under, but, I mean, we're far away from that happening. Jarrett Allen missed both free throws. I did hear about that. That was so weird. I don't even believe him, Donovan Mitchell. I did hear that, Tim Marable. That was really weird. That was really weird. How's it going, Josh Gillum? Yeah. I just want the Pistons to cover tonight. I don't like JB Bickerstaff. Little monster. I think it could be an example of another team, another coach steps into the Pistons and takes over if he loses his job and takes them to new heights. Seriously. Let me get on the phone, man. Where's Darvin Ham? No, I'm just joking. Give Darvin Ham the Pistons job. Yeah, there's a reason they fired him in Cleveland. They don't miss him in Cleveland. He's getting out coached by Jamal Mosley. Sick from the vault. That was what I was thinking for a moment in that game. Five points for Mitchell. Mitchell's probably going to go over tonight, guys. I'm just 26.5 because no one on earth trusted him after what he did. You have exactly 19 points and you tell the coach, no, I'm good, coach. Don't put me in. I'm the face of the franchise, but don't put me in this, extremely important playoff scenario here against a Raptors team that's extremely confident. And, maybe I can ice this game first. No, leave Dennis Schroeder out there because, Dennis Schroeder, his shots are falling, coach. So leave me on the bench for the rest of the game. Come on, man. Who's buying that? That's what Donovan Mitchell said to the media today. He really said that I told the coach with 9 minutes left, maybe you don't need me tonight. The Raptors were still in that game. He had exactly 19. Now, I know maybe 26.5 was a stretch, but do you know how many people around the world needed Donovan Mitchell 20 plus that night with all the other stars that had 20 plus? They had that in their parlays, 20 plus for him, 20 plus for him, 20 plus for him. The Pistons are in trouble, down by 13. And Cade might not, if they keep digging themselves a hole like this, then, I'll call it early and say I'm wrong, but I still have hope right now. Let's see what happens. They did just score, so they finally got their second basket of the quarter, and it's Cade Cunningham. Let's see. Still far from over. We do know that this Magic team is prone to going on scoring droughts, but at the same time, they do have a big home crowd, a ton of energy to feed off of. So the Pistons can't be too far behind, and they allow another 3. So Desmond Bane has 10 points now, 2 threes. I did talk about him and his individual points prop projection, but right now, Pistons are giving me Cancun vibes. This is not how you want to start the game. But as I said, the Magic are prone to scoring droughts, but that might not happen tonight. Another 3. 3 threes in a row, guys. And the Magic go up by 17 just like that. This time it's Wendell Carter Jr. Everyone's hitting a three but Banchero, who everyone bet for points today. And Wendell Carter has a three. Jalen, Suggs, Desmond, Bane, everyone just hit a three but Banchero, who everyone bet for points. 27-7 run, and the Pistons did score again, but I mean, they're trading twos for threes right now, and that's something that hurt them in the last game that was in Orlando, game 4, where the Magic had a good run from the three-point line, but then the Pistons were scoring as well, sort of making it competitive, but it was just a case of threes versus twos. I mean, who's going to knock down a three? Are you guys going to stop the perimeter shot or not? Let's see what happens, because the Pistons are about to get exposed if they lose, and the coach will get fired. JB Bickerstaff will be fired like tomorrow if they lose this game. I truly believe that. Unless he has like a close relationship, professional, relationship with the ownership or something, something I don't know. There has to be some missing link there, If he doesn't, he's out of here. He's out of here, chat. Tobias has been consistent, though, but they need more. And we're back from the timeout in the Raptors game. Cavs up by 1, guys. So let's see what happens. You guys see time and time again. Most of these playoff games in the first quarter, it's difficult to gauge in the first quarter. Second quarter, third quarter, things really start to flow a bit. You get a better read. We've seen plenty of teams win the first quarter like the Pistons did today in this first round, and then somehow lose the game. But the only thing I have on my side is time. But they need stops. They need more than stops. They need to get their offense rolling. Jamison Battle, he just missed a layup for the Raptors. He hit a three earlier in this quarter, and we're seeing more minutes for Battle in the Raptors. He's an excellent three-point shooter. Because of the injury to Brandon Ingram, we're going to see more minutes from Battle. And Cade Cunningham just scored, chat. Cade just scored. He has 8 points now, 2 assists from Asar Thompson. It's back to a 13-point lead, but they make a mistake on the other end, and Jalen Suggs is going to the free throw line. Josh said Phil Jackson couldn't win with this roster. Hey, Gene Montoya, he said, what chance do you give Philly tomorrow? I'm actually undecided on the spread, actually. I have some money on the Sixers to win the title, and I have some money on them to win the East as well from earlier in the season. So, I went against the grain there, but I did get a bit worried earlier today when I saw so many people finally realize how good the Sixers can be when they're healthy. When I was just reading that last night, I'm rooting for the Sixers tomorrow, but for my futures tickets, and Jalen Suggs makes both free throws. I kid you not, I have money on the Sixers to win the title at plus 25,000, not plus 2,500, plus 25,000, chat. So, I'm just hoping maybe they can win the series and maybe give me a decent cash out later in the playoffs, because I have 2 massive tickets on them. But either way, if they lose tomorrow, I won't regret those tickets. I mean, they're long shots for a reason, right? But I did tell people earlier this season that if they were healthy, they could really make some noise, or at least it was a strong possibility, because their roster is extremely talented. They have a lot of highly intelligent, versatile defenders as well. And do you guys see the way Joel? It's only like 3 games now, but the last 2 games, do you see how well Joel Embiid is defending? Do you see how well Joel Embiid is defending? I know you guys see it. He's controlling the game from defending the rim. He's literally controlling the game with his defense. Anchoring the defense. He's controlling the game with his defense. Look at the way he's moving. Yeah, no, it did sound crazy then. Yeah, EWM said that JB Bickerstaff. Tobias Harris has 10 points now. And Sam Merrill just scored a 3-point lead for the Cavs. What was I going to say? EWM just said Bickerstaff is the favorite for coach of the year. That's a joke to me. Gene Montoya said you like their chances too. John MB said, are you talking about the Sixers? Okay. John MB said, who will the Magic play if they win today? They'll play the winner of the Raptors Cavs series. The winner of the Raptors Cavaliers series plays the winner of the Pistons Magic series in the second round. And the Knicks are waiting to see who wins tomorrow between the Sixers and the Celtics. Just so everyone knows, make sure you have notifications on because I will be streaming 1 hour. The stream is going to start 1 hour before the game tomorrow, before the Sixers Celtics game 7. So make sure you guys are tuned in. I can't wait to watch that game with you guys. Max Strus just hit his second 3 of the game. Big shout out to my newsletter readers. If you know, you know. Scottie Barnes has 6 quick points. Doesn't look injured to me. And Desmond Bane has 13. Maybe I should have bet it. I talked about it. Bane. Asar Thompson has 4 points. And the Pistons are still down by 14, though. 3 minutes to go. They're down by 16. I have a feeling they're going home now. This isn't what I expected. Even if the Magic were to cover, even win the game, I didn't expect the Pistons to go down by this much early in the game. So right now, I'm going to say they deserve to go home, but it is the first half. But being down by 16, I mean, it's not insurmountable, but the Pistons just got fraud checked. You guys watch UFC, you know what I mean. They got fraud checked. Simple. We still have 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. 4-point lead for the Cavs in the Magic game. Going to switch sides here just while it's a timeout. And then we have the Lakers-Rockets game. Vote on the poll in the chat below. Who do you guys think covers, not covers, but who do you think wins on the money line tonight, Rockets or Lakers? That's the question. It's in the chat. Vote on the poll, guys. Hey, welcome back, Jordy Fuentes. Yeah, and the way Paul George is playing as well, Tyrese Maxey, All-Star Maxey, Paul George, I told everyone when it happened, I said, literally, when Paul George got suspended for 25 games, right here on the stream, I said, that could be a blessing in disguise for the Sixers later on. I said it like twice. And you guys see how much he has in the tank right now? Paul George looks like, I mean, what? Is he 34, 35 years old, Paul George? I mean, he looks like he's 30 right now. Paul George is an animal right now. Yep, 6 points for Evan Mobley, and the Raptors are still hanging around. Scottie Barnes doesn't look injured to me. 8 points now for Scottie, the face of the franchise. 4-point lead for the Cavs, and we still have 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's really funny. Like I do want to let you guys know, like there's a lot of money on the under out there. A lot of people bet the under in this game, and that to me it didn't really make sense. Might even, I'll check the line, but might even, take a look at maybe a possible live over in the Raptors-Cavs game. I think it's because Brandon Ingram wasn't playing, but I mean, what are you really missing without Brandon Ingram? Brandon Ingram hasn't arrived in this series yet. So, I mean, what are you really missing? Actually, Brandon Ingram being out might be a good thing for the total. How do you guys feel about that? Six-point lead. Evan Mobley's playing well to start this game. So is Jarrett Allen. I said the Cavs need them to actually play up to, their standard. Donovan Mitchell just missed a 3. We have 2 minutes to go. You said you agree? Redbeard? Sabres up 2-0 against the Bruins tonight. Bruins going home. Star Videos, welcome back. He said there's pressure on the Cavs. No, the under. I was talking about the under in the Cavs Raptors game, monster. The entire world bet the under in the Cavaliers Raptors game. Seriously. Biggest lead of the game for the Magic, Banchero has 6 points, and he doesn't have to do too much offensively in this game, and you still look at the scoreboard, and the Pistons are down by 18. A lot of questions will be asked of this Pistons team after this one, and it needs to be those questions will have to be directed at the coach, in my opinion, even though it is a bit of a flawed roster still. Let's see what happens. We still have time. But obviously, I'm no longer confident in the Pistons. You guys can hear my choice of words, so just have to be realistic. And now they're down by 20, so they can go ahead and pack it up. Pack up the Pistons, guys. Might witness some history today. An 8th seed knocking off the 1st seed in the playoffs. Jalen Duren just can't be your second best player. Maybe that's what it is too. And to think they're about to give this guy like $230 million. You guys are going to see the contract they give Jalen Duren this summer and just be like, it's going to be crazy when you see how much money Jalen Duren's about to get. It's not going to make any sense in the modern NBA. You guys see the crowd too, right? They love it. You guys know me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So that's one where I'm probably going to be very wrong in. Hopefully I'll get it back with these other games. Oh yeah, the Lakers-Rockets game. You guys want my bet for the Lakers-Rockets game? I will share it. Whoa, they're down by 22. Cade's not going to get to 25 tonight. I don't know. Banchero, if they get blown off out of the arena, this is going to be one of the crazier results we've seen. And even though I bet the Pistons, you guys remember what I was saying about Jamal Mosley, the Magic head coach, and how he doesn't deserve the criticism that was being directed at him, but by some of the, let's just call it what it is, by some of the worst analysts were saying that Jamal Mosley should be fired. And all of the echo chamber social media trolls, they all said, yeah, Jamal Mosley should be fired because, and half of them don't even watch Magic basketball or regular season basketball unless it's the Lakers or the Knicks or the Warriors. You know? His rotation was injured this season. What's taking so long? Okay, we're back from the timeout. That took forever in the Raptors game. It's back to a 2-point game. RJ Barrett and Scottie Barnes are playing at a pretty high level tonight. To start the game, it's only one quarter, but 7 points for RJ, I believe 8 for Scottie. Also, I won't even sugarcoat it with you guys. I haven't bet on the Lakers very often, but I did bet on them tonight. So that is my bet on the spread in the game tonight. I bet on the Lakers to win 1 full unit, and I did that earlier, but it was at plus 3.5. So let me check what the line is now for you guys, but I'm just going to share what I bet it at, plus 3.5 to win 1 unit. So still hoping to win 2 of these 3 bets because the Pistons bet looks like it's not going to be a winning bet. Can you guys? Okay, hold on. Okay, you can see it now, right? Yep. Okay, let's go. Yeah, no, the Banchero still has a chance, though. Whoa! The Pistons scored 12 points in the second quarter. Pack it up. Clear out the locker rooms. Yeah, the game's not over yet, DJ, but it's obviously highly unlikely to come back, but it's a 22-point deficit. Will be very. I wish I could see, the Pistons locker room right now. I wish I could hear what JB Bickerstaff tells them right now. I would pay to hear that. Hey, welcome back, Katak. How's it going, brother? Enjoy the game, fam. Tie game, Sandro Mamukelishvili. 32-32. 5 assists for Scottie. Scottie doesn't look hurt to me. He doesn't look hurt to me, chat. And I will take a look for possible live bets in the Pistons game. I won't chase with the Pistons. I'm going to leave them alone. I don't even like the body language when they called timeout. The way they looked, just visually, it did look a bit deflated. I would like to see what JB Bickerstaff is telling them, but I will look at the live lines right now. Hit the like button for me as well, and I hope you guys are enjoying the games. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Cavs 32, Raptors 32. It's even. Tie game in Toronto. And let's see what happens in the second quarter, where mysterious things happen. The second quarter is where crazy things happen. People keep talking about Scott Foster reffing the Lakers Rockets game tonight. The extender this, the extender that. I think Scott Foster's about to send the Rockets home tonight. Yeah, I agree, Katak. People betting on the Scott Foster angle like it's still 2021. The Pistons are definitely going out sad. Going out bad. Can you guys tell me one series in the last 2 seasons that Scott Foster has extended? Every time everyone rushes to bet a certain team because Scott Foster is reffing to think the series is going to be extended. I mean, didn't this just happen with the Pistons and the Magic in Game 3? We had the Magic in Game 3. Scott Foster was reffing that day, and everyone said that, you know, or was it Game 4? One of those 2 games. And it was a disaster for the public. Second quarter starting, guys. Let's enjoy it all. Raptors punch first. They take the lead. Scottie Barnes with the bucket. And I think I'm going to leave the Pistons game alone. Seriously. I'm looking at the lines. It's probably going under the pregame line. The live total is 199.5. 10-2 run for the Raptors going back to the end of the first quarter. Looking back, Larry Mavid. Jay Banks says Scott Foster hates Houston. I do remember those days. The James Harden days. Man, Scott Foster despised them. I don't know what he had against them. So these are different teams. I don't think he just hates them. Whoa, Raptors up by 5, chat. RJ Barrett, I said he's having a hot start to the game. 5-point lead for the Raptors. It's also a very high-scoring game here. No Brandon Ingram, no problem so far. The only player maybe I would trust, maybe with points, is maybe Asar Thompson, but on the Pistons, over 7.5. I do think that could fly, maybe, but I don't even trust Cade Cunningham right now. Based on what I saw in that first half, he wasn't aggressive enough. Now, things will probably change for just a bit in the third quarter, but the Magic have an excellent game plan tonight, guys. And if you're the Pistons GM, what do you do? Do you pay Jalen Duren or do you trade him? Are you trying to do a sign and trade? What would you do, chat? Best of luck, EWM community. Yeah, Kentucky, RJ Barrett. You already know what it is. Mississauga with RJ Barrett. A couple of Mississauga players in the league. If you guys don't know what that is, that's a suburb here in Toronto. Katak, that's my friend in the chat, Katak, from here in Toronto. Gene Montoya said he would not pay Jalen Duren. Larry Mavid said the Pacers were poised to go up 3-1, but a Foster whistle heavily favored the Thunder and ensured that didn't happen. Okay, well, you gave me an example. You know, I'm sure he refs a game almost every other day in the playoffs, but that you gave me a one solid example. In the finals, too. The professional said 100% can't pay him. He's going to be asking for like $230, $220 million, Jalen Duren, because of the current, you know, financial state of the collective bargaining agreement in the NBA. Interesting summer ahead for the Pistons. Mozzie, you're betting the WNBA? Are you betting the WNBA, Mozzie? Yeah, I'll be betting it this in the regular season. No preseason action, but I'll be betting it in the regular season. I have some WNBA here on the channel. Yeah, there is a ton of variance with the whistle as well, Larry Mavid, with these referees. So, I mean, they are human as well. It's a good point. Yeah, Dallas Wings. I saw some of those highlights. Meyer L likes to bet on the WNBA as well. We have an official review taking place on this offensive foul call on Jalen Tyson. We have a coach's challenge from the Cavs going on, guys. Little Monster in the chat's betting on Alperen Sengun under 37.5 PRA. Best of luck, fam. And Meyer L said Jalen Duren is fool's gold. Yeah, I agree, professional. I would not pay Jalen Duren, and I would, keep your team in a flexible financial state. You need financial flexibility so you can build a proper roster. You need to hit the reset button. But I know Cade might not want to hear that, but you need to get rid of those. Cade should be a magnet in the free agency market. You get rid of some other contracts and there's some money available in Detroit. Some players will want to go play with Cade Cunningham, but you have to get some of this dead weight out of the way. Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris, Duncan Robinson, you got to go. If I'm the GM of the Pistons, I'm keeping Cade, I'm keeping Ausar Thompson, and I'm keeping Isaiah Stewart. No joke, everyone else is out of here. Ausar Thompson is not going to command much money, and Isaiah Stewart's already locked into a contract, a very team-friendly contract. Everyone else has to go. Let's get ourselves into a flexible financial situation and build around Cade. Let's get some three-point shooting in here. Let's get some three-point shooting in here. But obviously, it's difficult. How's it going, Tasha? The financial situation in the NBA is tenuous. It's difficult to attract players that can hit three-pointers and also play defense. You have to pay a premium for those players. The Pistons are the ones that should have signed Nickeil Alexander-Walker instead of the Hawks. Imagine you had another player that can create his own shot next to Cade. You bring in a bunch of players that can play defense and hit three-pointers. Go get you a Grayson Allen. Just affordable role players. Go get a Grayson Allen. I'm just going off the top of my head here. Go get Michael Porter Jr. from the Brooklyn Nets if he's not a part of their rebuild going forward. If he doesn't want to be a part of a long-term rebuild, go inquire about Michael Porter Jr. Bring in a Grayson Allen. Yeah, but either way, guys, the game is back on. Yeah, he's an unpredictable player. Isaiah Stewart, for sure. Meyer L. What do you guys think of my improv GM plan for the Pistons right then? Do you think those players would fit, or it doesn't even matter right now? They shouldn't even be thinking about that. If they're thinking about that, it's over. They'll lose by 50 in the second half. Evan Mobley hit a three about a minute ago, and Jamison Battle just responded with his own bucket, a little mid-range jumper. 7 assists for Scottie. Okay, we have another three for the Cavs. This time is Jalen Tyson. and it's back to a 1-point lead for the Raptors. This is a pretty decent game offensively. Tons of points. Scottie Barnes is playing an excellent game. An excellent basketball game right now. And for everyone that's just joining the stream, I will be streaming tomorrow during the Game 7 Celtics-Sixers. No matter what side you're on, Sixers, Celtics tomorrow, make sure you guys are watching the stream with me. And I did prepare my notes for a video. I'll probably record that video tonight with my picks for that game. So I'll have some early picks and then we'll watch the game together. Maybe we can live bet and sweat it out. What time does it tip off, Tasha? I'm checking now. Oh, so it's not 8:30, it's 7:30 p.m. Eastern, Tasha. So how about we do the stream at either 6 p.m. Eastern or 6:30 p.m. Eastern? About an hour and a half max before the game. I'll put that link up tonight. The last couple of days, I've been putting the stream link up a bit too late in the day. And I do apologize if anyone's been checking my channel to see if I'm streaming. I'll put the link up for the stream tomorrow tonight when I decide exactly. I have to do something early in the afternoon, visit my sister's house. But I will be back way before the game starts. So that's why I want to get the picks video out tonight. Maybe my pick for the game or a couple of props for the game early. And then I stream and watch the game with you guys tomorrow. Let's get back into the action. Let's see what happens in this hilarious Magic Pistons game. And we start the second half with a Duncan Robinson foul. EWM said, I love betting WNBA player props. Okay. Meyer L said, Grayson Allen would be a good fit with the Pistons. EWM said, or the Magic have a game plan and it's simple. Let Cade get his because Detroit don't have much else. Well, yeah, in terms of like effective shot making, it's an unreliable group. And now they extend that massive lead. The Magic are highly likely to make history tonight against a fraudulent Pistons team, chat. They're dating back to the midway mark of the second quarter. They are up. They're on a 39-12 run. And everyone in the arena is on their feet in Orlando. Also, vote on the poll. Who wins tonight, Lakers or Rockets, guys? Raptors up by 5 again after a couple of free throws from Jacoby Walter, who has been playing very well in this series. You guys remember him at Baylor a couple of years ago? He was a really good player. 7-point lead for the Raptors now. Colin Murray-Boyles, 4 points for CMB, 8 assists for Scottie Barnes. Scottie Barnes is the most impressive player on the court in this basketball game, and it's not even close. Timeout, Cavs. Gene Montoya, yeah, the Magic are favored by 18.5 live. That's bait for the Pistons bettors. And, they got me pregame, but they won't get me in game. I'm leaving it alone. The Pistons might go on a run, but 24 points, I think it's insurmountable with how confident the Magic look. So, just have to be honest. Yeah. Cade got the 10 points, so it's back to a 22-point lead. Cade just hit a mid-range jumper, chat, so let's see what happens. I mean, we know the Pistons have a defense. They just haven't played well defensively in this game. And for good portions of this series, Cade's not going to go down without a fight, but unfortunately, basketball is a team sport. Tobias Harris just hit him a timely 3, though, to cut that lead to 19. Is that what they need? Is that the catalyst here? They need to get the 3-ball rolling. Where's Duncan Robinson? If they can cut this to 10, I mean, it's not over if they can do that. But they have a lot of work to do, and they need to stay out of foul trouble. This is a physical Magic team that gets to the free throw line far too often. We have a foul on the floor on Tobias Harris here. Uh-oh, they just cut that 24-point lead to 17, chat. Timeout Magic. Timeout Magic. Can they do the impossible? Can they flip the narrative and save their coach's job? Because if I was the owner, he'd be the first one I'd fire today. I'll deal with Jalen Duren once we get to free agency. I'll do a sign-and trade. Get ready to speak Brooklyn Nets. Jalen Duren, sign-and trade. I'll sign you to the deal you want, and I'll trade you to the Brooklyn Nets for Michael Porter Jr. I'm acting like I'm playing NBA 2K right now, franchise mode. The Pistons are a second half team, but 24 points is a lot, man. I don't know if they can do this, guy. I'm not very confident. Or maybe the Suns want to blow it up. Maybe we go call. Let's do it. Let's do one of those ridiculous trades where we give you all of our draft picks for the next 6 years. Let's get Devin Booker over here to the East, where he can breathe a little bit. You know, Devin Booker, he can't get it done in the West. It's too vicious. He needs some breathing room. We'll give you all our draft picks for the next like 5-6 years. Bring Book over here. Devin Booker and Cade. Biggest lead of the game for the Raptors. Scottie Barnes with a fake injury planted in the media. 8-point lead for Toronto. And I'm not going to say the Cavs are in trouble, but Jalen Tyson did just score. 5 points for Tyson. Katak said, let's bring Kawhi back to the North. Kawhi, man. If Kawhi did not leave our team, Katak, that year, minimum, we would have went back to the finals next year. We probably would have won it all. Kawhi Leonard. You still had a decent Kyle Lowry at that time. Serge Ibaka. OG Anunoby. Pascal Siakam. Fred VanVleet. Norman Powell. Kawhi Leonard. I say his name twice. The Raptors would have run it back, man. That next season they would have ran it back. It's the only reason Giannis got one, man. Oh, it was actually the Lakers bubble after that. Then it was Giannis, right? Yeah. So I was wrong about that. This is a long time out in Orlando. What are they talking about? You said it's a good trade, EWM? Red Revolver, welcome back. Gene Montoya, he cashed with the Raptors versus the Warriors. Okay. Okay, we're back from the timeout. In the Pistons Magic game, Jalen Suggs was called for a traveling. Carl Winslow, welcome back. Yeah, Kawhi was that 1 year at the Raptors. I mean, it was a perfect fit. But at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do when the Clippers executives were stalking him and they planted all of their executives sitting courtside at Raptors games all season long, sending wire transfer payments to his uncle since the beginning of the regular season to Kawhi Leonard. There's nothing you can do. There's no telling how much money Kawhi and his uncle made under the table to go to the Clippers. There's no telling. There's no telling, guys. The story is deeper than you think. I know people that cover the Raptors too. And plus what you guys have seen like in the media yourselves. You say you're looking at the Pistons team ringside and wondering how they made it this far? Pistons getting fraud checked right now. Meyer L said Vegas made the call to Orlando. Just Cyrix, welcome back. How's it going, fam? Bane at 17. Meyer L said Kawhi and his uncle were playing the game right. Yeah. For them individually, I mean, hey, can't hate really. I'm speaking from the perspective of a Raptors fan. You know, when it comes to individual wealth, the accumulation of wealth, Kawhi and his uncle, I mean, they're probably the right thing from a capitalist perspective. Make as much as you can. Who's the highest bidder? Maximize my earning potential. It was just sad to see as a Raptors fan, but you still have a chance, little monster. With Tobias Harris. He's 5 for 15 from the field, though. He's pretty inefficient, but he has a ton of points, Tobias, because he knocked down a few threes. So you still have a chance with Tobias. They're going to chase the game. And one opportunity for Jalen Duren now. Wouldn't it be funny if the only game Jalen Duren arrived in is the one they got blown out in? Like, completely blown out in? And Jacoby Walter hits a big three. Raptors up by 5. No, I didn't, just Cyrix. Glad you're having a great day, though. Duren missed the free throw. Larry David placed a bet live on the Miami Marlins plus 154. Whoa, Cade with a couple of steals here, and Duncan Robinson hit a 3, and it's a 14-point lead. They just cut that 24-point lead to 14. Yeah, on the low, Tasha, on the low. They're catching up. They're getting some stops. The Magic, I said they'll go on a score. They'll go on a scoring drought. We've seen the Magic, even in the games they win, they'll go on a scoring drought every now and then. They'll go cold. But will the Pistons capitalize when the Magic slow down? Right now they are, but because of the size of the lead, unfortunately, it's still not even close to enough. They have to do more. They have to do this for a long stretch. They're like Duncan Robinson, Cade, Tobias Harris, that trio. They can't sub them out of the game. They're going to be exhausted. Good job, Redbeard. Good flip. He sold the Magic at 96%. Good flip. EWM is saying Cade over 24.5. Live? I'm not sure about that game. To be honest, with the way that they blew the game open, I'm just going to leave it alone. That's just me. Little monster. Yeah, he missed another shot. He's 5 for 16 from the field. 16 shot attempts for Tobias Harris. Like, what? 3-point lead for the Raptors, by the way, after James Harden made those free throws. And now CMB's at the free throw line. Another 3 for Duncan Robinson. He's on fire. Not literally on fire, but I mean, they're on a 14-2 run. They were down by 24, chat. I said cut it to 10. They did. Now do more. Do more. Yeah, I saw that too. 4 fouls on Desmond Bane. That could hurt. That could hurt in terms of them going on a scoring drought. Desmond Bane is playing a quality game. Apart from the foul trouble, he made some difficult shots in this game. You bought Pistons at 15%. Let's roll, Redbeard. Best of luck. Tim Marable just cashed with Duren rebounds. Great job, Tim Marable. Great job, Tim Marable. Yeah, 2 open threes. I did see that little monster. You have a cushion here. Those 3 can't come out of the game. It's very unfortunate. So, which means that the Pistons have to be strategic with when they call timeouts to give them a breather. As RJ Barrett splashes his 3rd 3 of the half. 9 assists for Scottie Barnes. And do you guys, the crowd's going crazy. I hope Cade Cunningham is not tired too, because he just hit an air ball. He just airballed Cade. And that's what we don't need. Asar Thompson just turned the ball over. And that's the first time the Pistons turned the ball over for like over 4 minutes. That was the cleanest stretch of basketball that we've seen from the Pistons in this game. And now that's a good timeout from JB Bickerstaff. I was critical of him, but in that instance, that was a good timeout. They need a breather. With how hard they were defending in that sequence, the Pistons need a breather. But I expect that unit to come back out on the court. Ron Holland, the rest of you guys need to go put your tracksuits on. You guys are cheerleading tonight. I'm tightening up the rotation. Go put your tracksuits on and get ready to cheerlead the starters. I'm going to run the starters into the ground. You guys aren't playing today. Dennis Jenkins, you might play 2 or 3 more minutes in this game. Get ready. After that tracksuit. Cheerleader. Hey, great call. Bane, Larry Maven with the Bane threes. Great call. You got plus 110 earlier. Great call, fam. Little Monster, I know you're laughing, but that's how it has to be. When Cancun is a possibility, that's how it has to be. You don't want to be on the wrong end of history. I mean, we all have, everyone has a legacy, whether you're a pro or not. And for them, their legacy just happens to be in the public eye. And you don't want to be a 1 seed that loses in the first round, man. It didn't even get to a game 7. You don't want that. The Magic are going to give them everything they have after this timeout. I can just feel it, though. The Pistons need to be ready for another Magic wave. At least be ready. Be prepared, because the Magic might need to play Bane with 4 fouls, actually, on their side. I'm just looking at both sides, With the way the Pistons defended right there, they need to get more offense on the court, the Magic, if you're on their side. They need Bane to probably give it a go with 4 fouls, because they just went dry offensively for like almost 4 minutes. You guys just saw it. Jalen Duren with the block. Asar Thompson, 2 blocks. Duncan Robinson steals Tobias. And the Raptors are up by 9, so the Cavs they're also in the middle of their own. It's not as bad as the Pistons earlier, what we saw earlier, but the Cavs are in the middle of their own, sort of fraud check sequence here. 8 points for James Harden, though. It's still manageable. It's a 7-point game. But I have to be honest. Yeah, they're catching up, Tasha. But I have to be honest. The Raptors, even if the Raptors do somehow fumble and lose this game, which I think the Raptors will lose tonight, but it's early. The Raptors are built to succeed going forward, though, guys. I hope you guys recognize that. The Raptors have a solid foundation of young, defensive-minded players where the Raptors might start to make some noise in the East, like over the next year or two, because of the youth of their core. Do you guys feel like that? And how well they defend. In my opinion, the Raptors need to move on from Emmanuel quickly. They gave him we gave him $170 million to bad contract. We need to find a sucker to take that deal. That would give the Raptors a ton of flexibility in terms of their salary cap. Keep Scottie, keep RJ, keep Brandon Ingram for now. And you can always use him as trade bait in the future. But the rest of these players, Colin Murray-Boyles, Jamal Shed, Jacoby Walter, Jamison Battle, you have some promising pieces there. And Scottie Barnes is going to be an all-star for years to come. We all know that. And something has changed in RJ Barrett ever since Anthony Edwards dunked on him. Ever since Anthony Edwards dunked on Scottie Barnes, something has changed. I mean, on RJ Barrett back in March, he's been on a crazy run personally. Yeah, Scottie's the face for sure. We're back from the timeout. Oh man, Dennis Jenkins came in. Why? Tasha said if the Magic wins, do they play OKC next? No. You think the Raptors win tonight? No, they're in the East, Tasha. I think maybe that's a typo, but if the Magic win tonight, they're gonna play the winner of the Cavs Raptors series. They're gonna play the winner of the Cavs Raptors series. And the Knicks are waiting to see who wins tomorrow between the Celtics and the Sixers. Yeah, no problem. Tristan da Silva hits a 3 out of the timeout. It's back to a 13-point lead. All of that hard work, you don't want it to trend in the wrong direction. That's the first 3 the Magic have hit in over 10 minutes. And Cade is playing a bad game, man. He's 5 for 15 from the field. Poor game from Cade. And we've reached halftime. The Raptors are up by 10. Back-to-back threes for Tristan da Silva. This happened as soon as they took Duncan Robinson out. Well, it was fun while it lasted. They went on a monster run, but we all know it's a game of runs. And the Magic look like they're about to start their own run. Free throws for Banchero. Cade Cunningham just turned the ball over, and Banchero is going to the free throw line on the other end. Banchero is outplaying Cade. And I'll be completely honest, chat. Games 1 through 4 of the first round, I had a pretty decent time. No joke. But the last 3 days, including today, so the 2 days prior to today, not having success betting the NBA. And I don't go on very long droughts of, without, sort of bouncing back. So I have to just try my best. Try as hard as I can. But games 1 through 4, I was doing pretty well. The last 2-3 days, it's pretty bad. Just have to be honest. But it won't last, I promise you. It won't last. I will get back on track. And the real ones will be right here to witness it. You think it's going over the Cavs Raptors game? Yeah, I did talk about that earlier too, Tasha. I do think that the game will go over the Cavs Raptors game. Actually, let me look at possible live bets in the Cavs Raptors game, chat. Also, if you're just joining, hit the like button for me, please. Thanks a lot, guys. Katak Fitness, my bro's already betting on Spurs to cover the spread. Tasha said no, some were good. Yeah, it hasn't all been bad, there sometimes you get a bit unlucky, but I don't like to make very many excuses, Tasha. I do know what I'm capable of, and sometimes things will turn against you. The last 2 days were very bad. Today, with the Pistons game, it's a very bad start in particular, but it's one game of many, and I do feel bad if I cause anyone else to lose money, but that's why I always do try to stress to be as responsible as you guys can. But I do know one thing, though, and this is not like some sort of false sense of confidence. I know I will bounce back in a big way. I just have to maybe take a different approach. Today, one thing I tightened up today was just a bit lower volume, just some fewer plays, and even if they lose, I will try again. But Now, unfortunately, there's only one game tomorrow, I believe, but yeah. So I'll keep it rolling, guys. I'll keep it rolling every day. No joke, guys. I try to do whatever I can to wake up with a smile on my face and go to sleep with a smile on my face at night. No joke. I don't even let this stuff affect me. If those two things happen, then I know I did the right thing. I'm not even talking about sports, So. 100% Katak, one of the realest. Tasha, little monster. Thank you guys so much, brother and sister. No joke. 100% little monster. You've been helping for sure. All of you have. Welcome back, Oil Fan. And technically, it's still a game, a 15-point game. I mean, this is the NBA. It's a 15-point game. We are dealing with a Magic team that can go on scoring droughts, but was that the best punch the Pistons had? Do you guys feel that they'll tighten things up, or it's over, Cancun Pistons tonight? Or was that run that we saw about a couple of minutes ago, was that the best punch the Pistons had in this game? Because it looks like they're struggling to even score 60 points before the fourth quarter. It's crazy. I lean towards the under. That's crazy. Let me look at possible live bets in the Cavs Raptors game. Free throws for Paul Reed, Jet. I just have to refresh the scoreboard 1 second. Looking at possible live bets in the Pistons. Sorry, not the Cavs Raptors game. Whoa, we have a block shot from Duncan Robinson. He just blocked Goga. It's a 13-point lead after a couple of clutch free throws from Paul Reed. And now we have free throws for Dennis Jenkins. He has a chance to cut this lead back to 11 with just over a minute left in the third quarter. Mo92? Yep. I see you, Mo92. Welcome back. Just don't spam the chat over and over. You can put a lot of that stuff in the same paragraph. Please don't spam the chat with, like, in that manner. It's okay if a couple of back-to-back messages, that's perfectly fine, but just not like that, like 20. But I do see you. Best of luck with Donovan Mitchell, brother. The Pistons just cut that lead to 9, chat. Duncan Robinson was huge in this quarter. It's a 9-point lead. They were just down by 24. Jalen Duren went to the locker room with a hand injury. Yeah, even the defensive intensity from Duncan Robinson and Asar Thompson was pretty impressive there. And Paul Reed, I have to give Paul Reed some credit. I have both games on mute here, so muted, I should say. I mean, that's probably the best we can ask for after being down by 24. I mean, you know, they have a chance. They have a chance. Not a good chance, but Gene Montoya said Mosley's on the hot seat again. Also, everyone, if there's anyone watching in the background that's not subscribed to my channel, take 1 second to press that subscribe button and help me get closer to 10,000 subscribers. You guys can really be of assistance, and I truly appreciate you guys. Everyone that already subscribed today, thank you. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Oil Fan. He needs Banchero 14.5 rebounds and assists for his parlay. So close. You're going to cash, brother. I'm rooting for you. EWM said, no, if Donovan Mitchell does that, I'll never bet on him. Even if he doesn't go over. I'm saying, like, if he does the same thing he did where he gets benched for the fourth quarter again, even though the game is competitive, then we know he's an agent then. He's an agent. He's an agent. Yeah, he's got to make shots. Yep. I think that's a good play too, Tasha. I do lean towards the full game over. It's the same line. We like the second half over. It's just about the same. Good energy, good pace, you know? There's levels to this. What's going on? What's going on, levels? He said, what do you think about Spida over 20.5? If you didn't bet it pregame, I like it. He's going to jack it up. Fourth quarter's about to start. It's the money quarter. And the first basket of the fourth quarter is Cade Cunningham with a layup. It's a 10-0 run for the Pistons. 15 points for Cade all of a sudden. Good hustle. Good hustle. Paul Reed's working out here, guys. Paul Reed should have been playing in this series. Paul Reed should have been playing in this series. He took Isaiah Stewart's minutes. Paul Reed is sealing off the rim, chat. He's sealing off the rim. And Cade scored again. It's an and one. It's a 5-point game. He has a chance to cut to 4. They were down by 24 points at the beginning of the third quarter. And all of those Magic fans are sitting in their seats now. And when they were up by 24, everyone was up. They're sitting in their seats now. And I told you guys the Magic can go on scoring droughts sometimes. And this is a defensive unit on the court. Paul Reed, Javonte Green, Dennis Jenkins, Asar Thompson, and Cade. That's defense. But Cade missed the free throw, so let's see if they can actually stop the Magic and continue to stop them. This is a defensive lineup here. But Bane is back in the game with those 4 fouls, and the Magic need Bane and his shot making here because they have gone on a scoring drought. And Paolo Banchero is not playing well. The Magic were in control. They're still probably favored right now, and the on-ball pressure, I'm watching it. Javonte Green, on-ball pressure all the way up the court. It's a bit too much, though, because Wendell Carter is going to the free throw line, chat. Free throws for Wendell Carter and the Magic. And the foul is on Paul Reed. And Wendell Carter missed the free throw. Uh-oh. They did, Redbeard. The Magic are a good team, though. We know this. Like, I don't count them out. I've bet on the Magic at times. I'm just saying, like, you guys watch them too. Like, they will go on scoring droughts. It's something they do. And they sort of offset that because they do get to the free throw line pretty often. The Magic. You know, so he made the second free throw. He has 8 points now. They're at 64? Okay. Okay, Redbeard. Oil fan? Yeah. Yeah, and I hope you cash too. Andre Rogers said Harden for 17.5, or is he doing anything, doing his playoff thing? I don't know what to make of the Cavs. I just looked at possible live bets, and I don't know what to make about that game anymore. Hoping we get a little second half flip go our way. The second half did just start. Chat. Raptors Cavs second half is on. Best of luck to all. Thanks for being here. Another live stream tomorrow. Sixers Celtics live stream tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern. First basket of the second half for the Raptors is Jacoby Walter, who's having an outstanding game. Magic up by 6. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter in the other game. Jarrett Allen just scored. He got 10 points. 10 points for Jarrett Allen now. Little shot in front of the basket, hook shot. A bit too much here with the fouls. We don't want the Magic to get in the bonus early in this quarter. And also time is of the essence as well, you know? Because I want the Pistons to cover, you know? So, I mean, if they win, I mean, hey, you know, we'll have a game 7, but. Do you have his rebounds? Gene Montoya? 3 turnovers for Harden. Hold on, chat, too. I'll be right back. I have to go open the door. I'll be right back in about 1 minute. Don't go anywhere. I'll leave the score on the screen. Hey, J Wall, welcome back. Meyer L, Gene, Montoya, I am back. Hey guys, unfortunately, I am going to have to end the stream because something came up. I'm going to have to go for a quick drive and come back. I could leave the stream on, but it is very bad timing. And I am going to work on the video for tomorrow and the Sixers Celtics game. So we are going to have to continue this another time. I'll be in the Discord. I'll be on social media as well. And apologies for the abrupt ending. Maybe I'll come back on and post a video, or maybe even restart the stream. But if I don't, just know that I'll produce the video tonight for tomorrow, and I'll have a live stream tomorrow. I have to do something. So unfortunately, I just talked to my girlfriend. I just asked her if she could do it for me, and she can't because I need to have my ID. It's a mess. Anyways, I will be back, and I'll see you guys in the Discord. Look, guys, things will get better. Always be responsible with your sports betting. There's a lot of sports on tonight, but you don't have to bet every game. I will be back, guys, 100% at some point with a video tonight, but definitely a stream tomorrow. So check to see if you have notifications on, subscribe to my channel, and enjoy the rest of this basketball game. I'm going to even try to rush, maybe I might before the end of the game. So I have to go, and best of luck to all of you. I love this community. You guys are the absolute realists. Thank you for rolling with me, and best of luck always. I'll see you guys in just a bit. I'll see you guys in the Discord as well.